Everybody, welcome back to another day, another episode of the Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30NSG, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about Microsoft. A CEO wants games to be on every platform. We're also going to talk about, I think it's the same, but Microsoft CEO looking forward to the next Xbox. We want to do innovative work on the systems side and both console and PC. I think they're both going to overlap a little bit. Again, we read stories for the first time on the morning stream. So I haven't read them ahead of time. I just read the titles and go, oh, that'll be interesting to talk about. So they might overlap. Then we're also going to talk about New World is dead. Amazon ends the new content update following a massive layoffs. Says servers will be live through 2026. Okay, we're also going to watch a Laura Fryer's video that we were going to watch like Monday, but we didn't watch it, called Tricks to Fix the UX. So if you guys like what we do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. You can help us by doing those things I just said. Or if you want to support the channel, you can go to our music that we play in the morning just to warm you up before we get started here today. All the music is written by me, created by AI for the music beats and stuff like that. And then it's up on Spotify. It's up on iHeart, Pandora, iTunes, Apple Music. So you could stream it. That helps us out. You could buy it. That helps us out. You could download it. That helps us out. And there's also a store down below if you want to buy a mug, a shirt, a sticker, whatever it is. So all of that is there. Content's absolutely free. So if you want to help us above that, you can. If not, no big deal. I appreciate you guys all coming out and hanging out with us each and every single morning. Again, we're here Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. We do also have another channel called 30 and Still Gaming, which is our gaming channel. We just play games in the afternoon and then evenings, Monday through Thursday as well. And then we have another channel, which is Nerdy with 30, which I haven't really uploaded there because there's a lot of channels. It's hard to do. But what's going on, chat? Let me see who's all here. Eclipse, good morning. Big Mad Mo, what's going on? Travis, good morning. Roic, good morning. Scrolling. Akuda Papa, what's going on, man? Robert Jones, good morning. Z, what's going on, man? Altern, good morning. Jason Marshall, what's going on? Good morning, everybody. And all to the lurkers out there, I appreciate you very much. Let's start off. You guys want to start off with Microsoft? You want to start off with Microsoft? You know what? Let's do a poll. Let's get the chat involved. All right. Let's see. First story. Do you want Microsoft or do you want New World? Let's start that poll. You guys let me know what you guys want me to talk about first. Do you want me to talk about, first story is Microsoft, or do you want to talk about New World? I'm a little disappointed about New World, man. New World, I thought it was great when it came out, but remember when it came out, it wasn't in the greatest state. I started with Microsoft a few hours ago. They had problems with that game when it came out. Again, first impressions are everything. Then it went on a lull. It had a huge kick when it first came out, and then it dropped off the world for New World, and then it came back, and then they've updated it quite a bit over the what's it, 3 years, 4 years? Akru Papa says, Alternate was the first PvPvE. The crowd was brutal. What was the first? I think about Gladiators was the first forced PvP game. Gladiator. What? Gladiators was the first forced PvP game? Forced PvP game? What year did that come out? Aku says it makes me sad because I still get on and play New World. I was going to buy New World. I was going to buy it just a couple days ago or a week ago. I was like, maybe I should pick it up, right? I was talking about maybe 2 weeks ago, right? Because the update was coming out, and I was like, oh, maybe I should get back into it. Maybe I should buy it. Now, I'm not buying it. There's only 1 year left to support it, right? Minimum. We don't know. It might go past 2026. It's sad. Ron, what's going on, Ron? Ron says, New World needs Nicki Minaj. That would save it. The cosmetics. 30 IRL gladiators in Rome. Oh, they fight PvP, and the crowds is fighting PvE. Got it. Got it. I was like, I don't remember a Gladiators game. Morning, El Dente. Morning, Jax. El Dente says, yeah, I played so much of it when it came out, then died out. Jack says, I was just about to play New World on PlayStation Plus before they announced stopping support. That's what I'm saying. They literally killed it. Morning, Wonder Rose. All right, let me see what you guys have here. Microsoft at 60%, New World at 40%. We'll give it a couple more minutes. We're going to talk about both of them. It's just the first story, right? We're going to talk about both stories. And then we're going to watch a video from Laura Fryer. Before your time, Mike? Before your time. I'm old. I'm not that old. The Roman times, though, it's definitely before my time. Definitely before my time. We got 12 votes, the 50-50 split. Another game killed because it wasn't raising money. Yeah, but here's the weird thing, Sarge. Their business model, one, it was an MMO. Two, it was an MMO for $40. Okay? $40. It makes you wonder if they didn't take so long and just leave it on PC and they came out with PC and console at the exact same time, if they wouldn't be in this mess. Right? Which we'll talk about, I guess, when we read the article. We'll give it a few more minutes. When do pre-orders just go live, Jason? Oh, for what Jason said, the pre-orders? Resident Evil 9. Altern says, is crazy because New World had 1 million on PC when it launched, and it seems that not even that saved it. Yeah, it's very strange. I mean, if they had 1 million players on PC, right? Like, let me look that up real fast. Let me look that up. And that was on what's it called? Steam, right? It was also, you could buy it elsewhere. Yeah, 913,634. Okay. And you can see where the DLC came in. I'll show you this in a second when we talk about New World. Man, what a shame. What a shame. Morning, Kylo. All right. We'll end it there. New World has won 60 to 40%. All right. And we'll unpin that one. All right, so let's get started on the New World talk. If you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We just go over news stories, have conversations, give you my thoughts and opinions, then we get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat as well. You don't have to be a member to be brought up on the screen. You can just be a part of the chat. And we talk back and forth, and I appreciate you very much for coming out and hanging out with us. All right, so New World is dead. Amazon ends new content updates following a massive layoff, says servers will be live through 2026. This article comes from PC Gamer. Amazon Games, best known for MMO, is still running, but is done. Okay, Amazon Games was hit with significant layoffs today. Part of a massive 14,000 job cuts announced by Amazon, but also reflecting strategic changes at the company, including a difficult decision to halt the significant amount of our first-party AAA game development work, specifically around the MMOs. As it turns out, this includes the MMO New World Atrium, which has also received no further content updates that could be gone completely by the end of 2026. After 4 years, I can't believe it's been 4 years. Like, the 4 years have gone by super fast, right? I remember the hype of it. I remember when it came out. I remember with all the Twitch streamers and the PvP that people were talking about, and we had our conversations about how the problem with taking over the regions and stuff. God, it feels like yesterday, but it was 4 years ago. Okay, so after 4 years of steady content updates and major new content releases, we've reached a point where it's no longer sustainable to continue supporting the game with new content updates. Today, update states. Okay, it says, quote, the recently launched Season 10 of Nighthaven update will serve as the final content release for New World on PC and console. It's only after much consideration that we've reached the decision to reach a decision to thank you, the New World community, for your support over the years. We have made a Night Haven release available for you for free. Now imagine this, right? They made the content for free. Now, gamers are okay if, like, you gave us a $40 game. You gave a quite a bit big of game of New World, right? It was a good game. It wasn't a great game when it first came out. It was a good game. It was different, okay? People liked it. They liked the sound quality. They liked the gameplay quality. They liked what it was. They did a really good job with New World, but it did come out not at a complete state, okay? There was a lot of glitches and bugs, especially with the PvP and whatnot. They came out with content, but they didn't really charge for that content. Now, the charging part came when they decided last year to put it on console, right? And they had the beta come out, or the demo, I guess you could say, for people to try it. Me and Sarge tried it. We actually liked the game, but then we were like, we don't have time to play this type of game, and we didn't purchase it. Okay? Then they came out with free DLC, and it was very popular. It sold millions and millions of copies across the platforms, okay? And on Steam, real fast, right? It sold around, right, on average, 7 to 8 million copies on Steam. That's a good chunk of change, okay? But for some reason, they just can't support it. They had to let it go, okay? So it says, this comes in a genuine surprise to me, a shock, really. New World wasn't a huge hit by any means, but it seemed reasonably successful mid-tier MMO, which, quite frankly, is about as good as Amazon Games has managed it, okay? The concurrent player count ebbed and flowed, but it peaks at 50,000 and 60,000 players suggests to me that the players are there, and the failure is also keeping them engaged. New World Aterium will remain available for purchase, but it doesn't really matter. If Amazon doesn't come out and say, we're supporting this in the long term, there's just no new content coming out, they're just keeping the servers up, they would still make sales. But because they are basically giving the death blow of it, right? They're saying that the game is not being supported anymore, and it's only going to be, servers are up through 2026. That is a death sentence to the actual game. Okay? You could have been like, oh yeah, we're still going to support it, right? Fucking Anthem stayed up for two years. Okay? 3 years. They're just shutting Anthem down now. You can still play co-op and stuff in Anthem. Okay? They're shutting it down this year, I believe. In January, it's done. Okay? What is that? 5 years? 6 years? That's Anthem. Okay? You're telling me right now you sold 8 million copies of this game. Almost 9 million copies, not including console. Okay? And now you're like, yep, here's some free content for you. It's a great game. We support it. Oh, we fired everybody. We're letting everyone go. We don't want to put it on the servers anymore. It's up there for at least a year. This makes me so irate because think about, let's take away from video games for a second. Amazon is in control of everything in the cloud, your games, your movies, the things that you buy. You purchase movies, right? You purchase video games. And then all of a sudden, they could be like, we're not keeping that sector of the servers open. So bye-bye all your videos that you bought, not rented, bought, right? Your digital library completely gone because they fired Ted from that server sector, and they need to close that server sector down because it's just too cost effective to move that server over. Okay? It just irritates me, right? Because now you have a game that people enjoyed. Almost 9 million people on just PC bought it. And within a year's time, they will no longer be able to play that game. Maybe from now to then, they change their mind. They're like, oh, we're going to keep a server up. But they said at least through 2026, right? It says, let's see, New World, because of the honest here, countdown clock is ticking. New World isn't being taken offline right away, and Amazon said it will continue to keep the game running smoothly, with bug fixes and server mergers as necessary. World Boss bonus weeks and some seasonal events will also continue, so New World will keep ticking along without any major hitches, at least until it becomes obvious that there's nothing new has happened in the past 6 months or so. I'm okay with them not supporting the game anymore. I'm okay if they're like, yeah, this is the game we created. Make a game, sell a game. Okay? If you put that game out and you had two updates and you had all the stuff in your game, just let it be and let people play it until it gets down below the point. But you just killed your sales. It's sort of like what James Gunn did with Superman, right? Superman came into theaters, and 5 weeks later, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're putting it out on to rental real soon." Right? They cut the legs out of the movie before it fully ran its course. New World, they're like, "Here's a new update." Brand new update just came out 2 weeks ago, and all of a sudden they come out and they're like, they cut the legs out. So all of a sudden, and multiple people in the chat, in the live chat, have said this, and I've said this myself. I was going to buy New World on console. I bought it on PC. I wanted to buy it on console. I'm not going to buy it on console now, right? Because they just told me that they're going to stop supporting it. Now, if they say we're keeping it for years, I'll be like, all right, I'll pick it up. But you told me at least through 2026. Right, so Amazon only committed to keeping the New World servers live through 2026, and the likelihood of surviving beyond that, especially given the self-fulfilling swirl decline player count, is very slim. So can they continue to bang around in the game when the online pals as a sun slowing goes down? Absolutely, but they would also have anyone that put money into the MMO with no future. Okay, more details on how exactly the plug will be pulled will be shared in the coming months, but Amazon promised to provide minimum of 6 months notice before making any changes that impact your ability to play New World. If I was Amazon, I would make a completely switch with this. Obviously, if it's no longer an MMO and they're going to shut down the servers, you can't have the MMO-esque battles going on and whatnot. But I would suggest that Amazon reconsider this, because not only does this damage their brand for their MMOs that they're creating, because they are making a Lord of the Rings MMO. Okay? They are making an MMO for Lord of the Rings. This will damage them beyond just New World, in my opinion. This will hurt them in the long run, because people will be like, well, I'm not going to buy their next MMO because they might not support it past the 2-3 years. Okay? So, in my opinion, what they should do with this is that New World should be transferred. Right now, they should talk with the 5 people that are left in the studio and say, we need to transform this so it can be co-op still. So you can log in, just like any other co-op game, if it was like Borderlands or anything else, keep it going. Sure, you're not going to have the well overpopulated cities anymore. It's going to feel like a ghost town. But if I could run around, still do the dungeons, still do the world bosses and stuff like that with 8 people, 10 people, make it like a Fallout 76, where maybe you don't want to have 100 people on the server, 1,000 people on the server, but if you get 24, 36, something on a smaller scale for people to still keep playing it, that would go a long way. But here's my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. What do you think about New World? Were you thinking about picking up New World since the update came out? And now, are you going to pick up New World? Okay? Would you pick up New World, even though you know that only through 2026, as of right now, they said they're going to give a 6-month leeway to let you know what's happening with the game? Would you pick it up on a discount? Would you play it if it came out on PlayStation Plus? Would you play it if it came out on Game Pass? Would you give it a shot? Okay, let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe. And if you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Let's see here. Crowd says another victim for corporate greed. It didn't make all the money. Therefore, it's worthless, right? Shake my head. Yep. Z says, nice. I signed into 3 accounts and selected New World. I win. Aku says, at least I still have RuneScape for chill tree cutting. Jason says, I forgot New World was even a thing. These MMOs feel like a flavor of the month now. Is that true? That's true. You know what's crazy? We were talking about this last night as I was playing Power Wash Simulator. Okay. We were like playing Power Wash Simulator and just bullshitting and talking. Okay. It's crazy to me, and someone brought it up. I think it was Travis, or if it was Altern, right? I think it was Altern, that DC Universe Online still exists. Right? DC Universe Online still exists, but New World can't. Right? DC Universe. Let's see, online. I don't even know if you can look up the Steam charts of this. Maybe you can. Tell me this, chat. How can DC Universe Online still survive 12 years? 12 years, 13.9 years, sorry. All-time peak 13.9 years ago was 17,000, okay? They sold 3 million max, 3 million, maybe 4 million copies, and yet this game still survives. This game is on console. They just updated it last year on consoles. How is a game like that still profitable, still working, and yet Amazon's like, we can't do it with the numbers like this? Okay, they had 913 4 years ago. They had 35,000 24-hour peak, and 8,000 people are playing right now. Okay, it's crazy to me, absolutely crazy. Big Mo says, "Where's the outrage? Amazon's dead. Falling skies are falling." Sarge says 4 years of nobody talking about it, no articles from journalists, on it, and was there, and now it won't be. Jason says more dead MMO slop. Another one, Star Wars Old Republic. 11 years, 12 years that game has been in operation. 9 million is Battlefield's number. That's pretty good. What's the issue? Robert Jones says, look at that. Look at they do with Audible. They can edit and delete audiobook, ebooks that you bought and paid for. Yeah, it's sad. Yep. Sin says, howdy, folks. Fellow graybeards, podcast hoppers, and sneaky lurkers. Honestly, I never heard of the game. You've never heard of New World? Sin? Come on. I mean, you've been here. We've talked about New World. I thought they canceled the Lord of the Rings MMO. Though there was 2 separate MMOs. I'm pretty sure Amazon's still making the MMO. Am I wrong there, Soy? Is Amazon... Wait, hold on. Oh, no. No, Amazon has canceled its new Lord of the Rings MMO project as part of significant... I thought there was someone else making... Maybe am I confused? I thought there was a Lord of the Rings MMO coming out. Hold on a second. Is it from a completely different company? There's a Lord of the Rings MMO that's on Steam now, obviously. No, see, I'm so confused. I'm so confused because here it says Lord of the Rings MMO at risk of cancellation after Amazon layoffs. And this is from 18 hours ago. But yet if I go back here, right? Right? Amazon's ditching the MMO and cracking out our party games. Amazon reportedly gutting its video game division as 14,000. I guess we'll read this one. Let's read this one. This wasn't part of it, but as we go down the rabbit hole, as we normally do on this channel, right? Lord of the Rings MMO is at risk of cancellation after Amazon layoffs. So I don't remember them canceling. I thought they were still doing it. All right. Amazon Games, hotly anticipated Lord of the Rings may be in danger of being canceled following the latest round of corporate layoffs. The latest round of Amazon layoffs announced earlier today has led to the decision that significant changes needed to be made in its video games business and studios. It was reported that the undisclosed number of cuts have been made with Amazon Game Studios as part of a wider effort to fire approximately 14,000 corporate employees. Yeah, where's all the articles of, like, the world is falling, like Mo said, right? Like, Microsoft did this, and Microsoft's dead. Amazon did this, and they're like, they'll be fine. All right? The news comes shortly after a launch of Amazon's game, King of Meat, the announcement that it's also revamping its cloud gaming platform, Luna, and they also have definitive plans of continuing developing a new AAA titles in-house. Amazon layoff means that games like Lord of the Rings MMO are likely canceled. So it's not official that they're canceled. Right? In a statement earlier today, Amazon, Twitch, and Games head Steve Boom wrote, quote, over the last several months, we've been evaluating our going forward plans, specifically through the lens of our mission to deliver the very best gaming experience and customers, while leaning into the things that Amazon does best. Last week's launch of all new Luna is a great example, as it leans into both streaming entertainment and delivering value of Prime members. Boom continued. He's also taken a critical look at evolving dynamic of games industry and competitive landscape, while we're also proud of success in first-party AAA game development and publishing. We have also made a difficult decision to halt a significant amount of our first-party AAA game development work, specifically around MMOs. Within Amazon Game Studios include reductions in our studio in Irvine and San Diego, as well as the central publishing team. The current Lord of the Rings MMO has been in recent development at Amazon, is the second that also the studio has developed back in 2019. Another Lord of the Rings MMO was announced, only to be canceled by Amazon 2 years later. After another 2 years, Amazon announced it had reached a partnership with Embracer to develop and produce a separate Lord of the Rings MMO. So, okay, I am correct. You are correct by saying they did cancel an MMO, but I am also correct by saying they didn't cancel the MMO because it was another MMO that was actually going. So we are actually right there. Okay. You're correct, Soy, but I'm also correct. So we're both correct. There we go. This is why I like looking up stuff instantaneously and looking at and see what's happening. Right. Since then, fans have received minor updates on the project, but nothing in terms of expected release date, what the game's story might entail, or the mechanic players also could look forward to in taking center stage. I think, here's the thing. I don't think they cancel this Lord of the Rings MMO because of what their plans are about Lord of the Rings in the future with multimedia stuff, right? The new films coming out, The Search of Gollum, whatever the fuck it's called. And then they have other things that they're doing as well with Lord of the Rings. Maybe they keep this up, but again, I go back to my first statement of because they're stopping New World, right? Because they're stopping New World, this gives me hesitance to why would I go in besides the brand of Lord of the Rings? I love Lord of the Rings, right? We're playing Return to Moria, okay, which is a survival game with the dwarves, okay, excellent game. But why would I give Amazon my money if I don't know if they're going to support it or not? Akuda Papa says they're also making sounds like they stopped production of all MMOs. Jason says first the Twitch con controversy and now this Amazon's hurting image of the gaming sphere. Soy says, yeah, they canceled the Lord of the Rings MMO. Well, they canceled the first Lord of the Rings MMO. They can make the game free. That's what I said, Al Dente. They just take New World and then just throw it on to Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. Sarge says, you know what happened, bro? Amazon was promised a lucrative MM. They were also promised money from the sky. So Amazon gave the money for it and saw reality. And now they said, you're all done. Nate says, I tried the update. I was lost. I'm only level 20. Charles Hawk says, got 7 wins in Battle Royale yesterday. Gameplay loop is fun. Kind of forced you to do missions. Oh, for the Battlefield one. For RedSec. Terrible name, but visibility is way better in multiplayer maps. Isn't that weird? How visibility is better in the multiplayer maps instead of the actual game itself. Roic says, New World was fun, but ESO, which is similar, just plays better with all the updates and whatnot. Nate says, did they update the graphics on DC Online? They did for the consoles. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be like next level, but they did update it. Jason says, the new MMOs seem to drop off quick, but OGs like WoW, Final Fantasy XI, DC Universe Online, EverQuest still last. Sarge says, I thought servers were expensive. How does DC survive? Yeah, I don't understand. Especially with this number, Sarge. Especially with this number right here, right? How does DC Universe survive? There's 323 people playing the game right now, right? 12 times less than what's in New World right now, and they're okay. But yet, for some reason, they can't make it. Robert Jones says, I had fun with the console beta, but also didn't have enough time, so I didn't buy. Glad I didn't. I would play on Game Pass or PlayStation Plus. Agreed. Eclipse says, because they pay to win mechanic, that's a lot of people to use. Kylo says, for how little I heard about this game, I feel like the Steam numbers are actually not half bad. Drummond says, good morning, 30. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts? For what? I don't know. Do you have any thoughts? About what? Jack says, crazy thought that I also find a way to keep it going either by selling it to someone else or shut it down for a year to figure out something out. They need the server space for Moria to take over. Yeah. Aku says, I don't need expensive servers for DC Universe Online. The cost for the servers on the modern MMO costs more because they require more space and data. But does that make sense, Aku? Can you explain that to me? How does a space is space, right? So why don't they make the game like that to take up less space? Charles says, I heard New Order. Haven't played it, though. Heard Reforged talking about in some time ago. Amazon doesn't want to pay for another New World. So it says they'll remove your digital library, but keep your money. Exactly right. Yeah. Aku says, not canceled production, has stalled, pause, and development at a risk. I saw that it was canceled. No, it is canceled. There was two Lord of the Rings games, both made by Amazon. The first one was canceled. The second one now teamed up with Embracer, and they're making that game. So there's two separate Lord of the Rings MMOs. The first one did get canceled. So you're right there. The second one, as Aku's saying, is in dire straits. It could be canceled. It could be just stopped or paused right now. They don't know what they're going to do with it yet. Red sack of shit. Mo says, 30, didn't you use the stream ESO? Yeah, way back when. Yeah, we did. Played it quite a bit. We played, it was me, Brainchild, Sarge, and one of my cousins. We used to play it. Mo says, we'll hear about the earnings call for the next few days from Microsoft here. We got again, same old shit, dog, just different day. Robert Jones says they should have just budgeted for the last 10 or 20 years automatically. Remember New World was supposed to last 10 years. This is why I don't like Arc Raiders using that terminology as well, because they also said we're looking for this game to be 10 years. Hal says, Mike, is Xbox going to be the Rolls Royce of gaming? Are you trying to say, are they going to be the high end? I mean, Rolls Royce is still around. Not many people own Rolls Royces, but I mean, I think it's going to be the Rolls Royce. I also think it's going to be the Honda Civic, right? It's going to go for the high end gaming, and it's going to go for the low end gaming, right? If you want to play on your television, if you want to play on your mobile phone, if you want to play on the high end console, if you want to play on your PC, you can do it. They don't care where you play as long as you're paying a monthly fee. Give me 1 second. I love my dog. There's someone over there. There's a phone line guy working on the phone poles. Uh-oh. We might lose internet. We might lose internet. Winzo says, happy Arc Raiders Eve, everyone. Can you tell Winzo's excited? Z says, look at the poster of Red Sack. It's redacted sector, right? Still stupid. Xbox is going to be the Microsoft of gaming. Fact. Aku says, 30, everything has to get more fancier. Essentially, old MMOs are fairly simple to run a lot of the client. That's what we've heard and understand. All right, well, explain this to me then. How is the new Brighter Shores game? That's an MMO, right? The new RuneScape stuff that they're doing is MMO-esque, right? That's using new servers. It's a pretty simplistic game. Now, again, that game's not technically out yet. It's still in early access. Crowded says, as long as we don't have another Xbox XS parody debacle, I'm okay with what they want to do. You're going to have that. It's already baked into what they're talking about, Crowded, right? Because if you can play on the television set, there's no processor. You're playing from the cloud, right? If you're playing on your Xbox, the console, you'll have better time graphically on your Xbox. If you're playing on the PC, not through cloud, you'll have a better performance there. But if you're playing on your phone, the television set, your toaster oven, your refrigerator, it's not going to be as graphically intense because it's going through the cloud, right? So you're going to have that parity debacle because it's no matter what, it has to work for the lowest common denominator, and the lowest thing is the cloud. So it has to run for the cloud well and then upscaled to everything else. Less space, older ideas on programming is more like RS than older MMOs. Oh, I saw an article. It was 100% clickbait. They're like, oh, the new Battle Royale, it's over 500,000 people came back to Battlefield. I was like, hold up a second. Battlefield was already at 400,000 or 350,000, 370,000. If they went over 500,000, that just means 100,000, 120,000 people came back to the game. It wasn't about 500,000 people came back to Battlefield. There was already 400,000 people playing the game. El Dente says it's the new Xbox Series Home. For the ones that also require better networking, is also introducing a new Xbox Series Enterprise. All right. Speaking of Microsoft, we got two stories. They might be the same, right? They might be the same. Because we read the stories for the first time here, and then I give you my thoughts and opinions. So we have Microsoft CEO wants games to be on every platform, and we also have Microsoft CEO Nadella says, looking forward to the next Xbox. We want to do innovative work on the system side on both console and PC. I'm going to go with this one real fast. We're going to go with this one first. Okay. We know that the journalists can't, they're called journalists, as Sarge says. Journalists can't count. All right, so if you guys like what I do, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. I just read the article, give you my thoughts and opinions, and then we get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat. Appreciate it very much. All right, so Microsoft CEO wants games to be on every platform. According to Microsoft, the CEO, Satya Nadella, in the company wants to put its games on every platform. Just recently, Halo Campaign Evolved, a remake of Combat Evolved, is now heading to PlayStation consoles at launch, a first for the series, and everyone is losing their mind. They're like, how can you put Halo on another platform? Even though it's been there for 2 decades on the Apple. Remember, I will keep telling you this, and you could tell me that Apple is not a platform, but it is, and Halo's always been a multi-plat game. Okay, earlier this year, Gears of War Reloaded made the jump to PlayStation 5 as well as Microsoft Flight Sim 2025. Many Xbox exclusives have slowly been heading to different consoles. Now it seems that the start of many, maybe even ending the exclusivity fans have come to respect forever. Microsoft wants its games to be everywhere, says CEO Satya Nadella. Now, am I the only one that's been saying this for years, and now finally Microsoft is actually agreeing with me? Think about that for a second. Okay, think about that for a second. Some random schlub that does a podcast for a decade, have been talking about this for over half a decade, that Xbox and Microsoft want to put their games everywhere and their future is Game Pass. And not only until about 14 months ago did Xbox actually figure out, and marketing-wise, tell you that's exactly what they wanted to do, right? But we're going to have people that are still confused by this. So let me read this very slow for the people in the back of the room, okay? Microsoft wants its games to be everywhere, says the CEO. So going forward from this point forward, if someone's confused by what Microsoft is doing, and I'm talking slow on purpose because I want it to sink in, okay? Wants its games to be everywhere. Somebody has been saying this for a really long time. Okay? And I was the crazy one. And yet, for some reason now, the CEO of the company actually agrees with me. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay? The console wars are now over. Okay? What does that mean for Microsoft gaming business model? Okay? So, here we go. Let's listen to the words coming out of Satya Nadella's mouth himself.
On the topic of changing business model, shifting your business model, it seems like the console wars are over. Take me through the journey.
You're a peacetime CEO now.
You're a peacetime CEO. The war's over. But take me through the evolution of the business model shift on the gaming side of the business. It's one of the most interesting pieces of Microsoft.
Yeah, I think you've got to remember, in fact, Flight Simulator, I think, was the first product Microsoft built, even before, I think, our DevTools was first.
Yeah.
Flight Simulator was second.
That says so much about the culture.
Yeah, it is.
It's just like as soon as you gave the developers the ability to write code, they were like, let's make a game. It's amazing.
And so, to me, remember, the biggest gaming business is the Windows business.
Yeah.
Imagine that as well, right? I've said this from the past. Microsoft made its $1 trillion off software, not hardware. Yet people are shocked in some strange reason that Microsoft is going software. And they're like, I can't believe it's happening. They lost their identity. No, their identity the entire time has been software. They got into the gaming market because they're like, hey, there's a lot of money there being made. And they had analysts go, this is a $100 million market, which is now a $2 billion market, which is now a $5 billion market, right? Over the 25 years they've been in the business.
To us, gaming on Windows,
Yeah.
and of course Steam has built a massive marketplace on top of it, and done a very successful job of it. So to us, the way we are thinking about gaming is, first of all, now we're the largest publisher.
Yeah.
Well, of course you're the largest publisher because you bought the largest publisher. That's usually what happens. Activision was the largest publisher, and now that they bought Activision, they are the largest publisher. Congratulations.
After the Activision. So therefore, we want to be a fantastic publisher. Similar approach to what we did with Office.
Yeah.
We're going to be everywhere in every platform. So we want to make sure, whether it's consoles, whether it's the PC, whether it's mobile, whether it's cloud gaming.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear it? I know it's a little soft. I can't make it any louder. Right? Let me rewind that just a tad. I don't even think I can. Where's the bar? Where's the bar?
Make sure the games are being enjoyed.
I can't see the bar. But he said, whether it's television, mobile, console, PC, it doesn't matter. There's still people that are stuck on this physical box. They're like, I don't understand what Microsoft's doing with their systems. I don't think they're going to make a system. No, they are. They're going to make a system. They're also going to put it on television. They're also going to put it on your mobile phone. They're also teaming up with Asus to make it a handheld, right? They're doing all of these things. That's what this is.
By gamers everywhere.
Yeah.
Second, we also want to do innovative work in the system side, on the console and on the PC.
Yeah.
And bring, it's kind of funny that, people think about the console, PC as two different things. We built the...
Well, they are. Because they're lower end PCs. I mean, they're PCs, but they're lower end PCs. They're dedicated gaming PCs.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to build a better PC.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't build a better PC. You built a shittier PC.
Which could then perform for gaming.
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to revisit some of that conventional wisdom. But at the end of the day, console has an experience that is unparalleled.
Yeah.
It delivers performance that's unparalleled. That pushes, I think, the system forward. So I'm very looking forward to the next console, the next PC gaming. But
drop hardware and just be a publisher? Why? When they can still make the hardware and have people buy the hardware. Right? They can still make the hardware for the Xbox, whatever the Xbox is, and they can also team up with people like Asus. They can team up with Samsung and LG and the Fire Stick or whatever. Take their app, put it on every other thing. They could still make hardware because people were like, I would buy an Xbox if you had an Xbox.
Most importantly, the game business model has to be where we have to invent maybe some new interactive media as well. Because after all, gaming's competition is not other gaming. Gaming's competition is short form video.
Yeah.
And so
We talked about this, was it yesterday? 2 days ago? I don't understand when they say their competition is short term video, because you could literally break that down and say their competition is just everyday life. Right? Well, someone could be mowing the lawn right now, but instead they choose to play Xbox, right? Or they're watching videos. Like, your competition is not just TikTok short-term, because when he says it's short-term videos and you're making a video game that's 8, 10, 12, 20 hours long, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute in my brain, right? Right. It should be time, Mo. Instead of saying TikTok or movies, it's just they're competing with time. So if right now I'm choosing to do this podcast instead of sleeping, right? Or eating, or running, or exercising, or playing a video game. And you know what I mean? Like, this is why I don't understand when they say their competition is TikTok. Like, they specified this brand. So everyone's like, I don't understand. You're making video games, and video games are long form content, right? Because story-wise, they're long-term. Gameplay-wise, they're long-term. Unless you're playing smaller chunks of a game like a mobile phone, right? But you're still not really like specifically going up against TikTok. You're going up against time, which again we've always talked about on here.
If we as an industry don't continue to innovate, both how we produce, what we produce, how we think about distribution, the economic model, right? Best way to innovate is to have good margins, because that's the way you can fund.
So interesting saying gaming's competition is short form video. Feels like the entire world's competition is short form video.
Of course.
One live stream, 30 plus destinations.
Of course. That's exactly what it is. It's not just short-term videos, short-form videos. All right, it says the news comes from TBPN. A group chatted with Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella about the company's new partnership with OpenAI. The CEO talks about a bit of Xbox and its end of the console wars in a clip, okay, which we just watched. He says, remember the biggest gaming business is the Windows business, which, I've said in the past because everyone uses Windows. And I know someone's going to be like, well, I use Linux. Majority of the planet uses Windows. We all hate it, but you're using it, okay? Because you buy a PC and it comes with Windows, and that's what it is. Unless you're a person that really knows what you want, you use Linux or whatever else, okay? Majority of the people are using Windows. That's how Windows and Microsoft is a $1 trillion company. It's been around since my birth, okay? So Activision, therefore, they want to be fantastic publishers, similar approach to what they did with Office, okay? We're going to be everywhere. Again, let me say that out loud again so everyone can hear it. We're going to be everywhere. I said they're going to take an app and put it on they're going to put it on. It will happen. They will have an app. The Game Pass app will be on Nintendo Switch in the future, or Nintendo, or PlayStation. Because there will be a time where the peak happens, okay? Xbox has a hold of the industry, and they're like, well, all these games are over here, and PlayStation will be like, well, we can't get any of that. But if we allow them on our platform, then we can take a percentage of that. But Microsoft also gets a bigger percentage as well, and they make more money as well from that. But it will happen because you either adapt or you die, okay? And right now, Nintendo and PlayStation are in a worse position than Steam and Amazon and all these other big players in the game because Apple could just buy PlayStation. Right? Just as an example, right? They could just buy these things and be ready to go, okay? Netflix could purchase a big corporation, and all of a sudden, let's say Netflix bought EA. Boom. That's a big player, right? And they could. Obviously, the Saudi Arabians and other people have now grabbed $55 billion for EA. But it's that quick for these giant companies to come in and just grab someone that's already in the industry, and then now they're a player in the game, okay? So if Steam makes that box, we talked about it yesterday, and that box is below the cost of everything else, it will replace what you're thinking of. You're like, well, Xbox is dead. No one wants to buy an Xbox console. Steam all of a sudden comes in and says, we have a box for you, and it's $300, $350, $400, right? Well below what PlayStation's going for, well below what Xbox is going to go for their next system. And all of a sudden, Steam is a big player in the game. They're already large inside of the PC base. But now if they come in with a console at a reasonable price, they can just wipe them out. Everyone would just shift over, and all of a sudden you would be a Steam fan, right? And not a PlayStation guy or a Xbox guy or a Nintendo guy. So Microsoft is in this predicament where they're moving over to their own island, okay? But they're also now dibbling their hands into everything, right? They're like, oh, we want cloud, we want console, we want mobile, we want this, right? And because of the convenient factor, right now you look at it and say, no one really wants that. But you're thinking individually. They're thinking from the broader audience. Okay, I said this to Water in Discord yesterday. There is, 3.8 billion gamers out there between PC, mobile, console, everything. Okay. Microsoft went from, just for games, they went from the console market, which is 250 million people. That's Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. Okay. They went from 250 million potential customers that were buying consoles to 3.8 billion potential people that could get their from a mobile phone, from a television set, from a computer, from a console, whatever. We always talk about 20% makes 80%, okay? For microtransactions, for storefronts, whatever. if Microsoft on the low end was taking 20% of 3.8 billion people, okay, which they weren't doing before because they were only getting the 38 million people that were buying their console, okay, they now have 3.8 billion people that potentially could buy their thing or use their device or use their app or whatever, give them $1 for a microtransaction or whatever it is. And they get 20% of that. It's like 700 million people, roughly. Okay, 700 million people. That's at 20%. I don't think they get 20%. I think they get like 10%. Okay, maybe they get 7% of that market, which is still, if they had a average $10 a month, $15 a month, that's somewhere between $7 billion to $10 billion a month just to use the service from a small fraction of the entire player base that plays video games across all platforms. Okay, they went from 38 million people that could potentially play their games on console or Game Pass to a potential 500 million, 600 million people because of an app that is now on a television set, a mobile phone, a console, a laptop, whatever, right? Everyone thinks that they're trying to go for the entire market. They're only going for a small percentage of that market, which is 10 times, 20 times bigger than what the console market is right now. He says, we want to make sure whether it's console, whether it's PC, whether it's mobile, whether it's cloud gaming or the TV, we just want to make sure that games are being enjoyed by gamers everywhere, okay? Bigger pie, try to get that same percentage, but in the bigger pie. Okay, it's not surprising to see Microsoft and Xbox shed the exclusivity factor. Many games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth sold less than a stellar due to stacking one of the consoles, while its franchise, especially Halo, never seemed to have that problem. It may lead to more sales, still in recent shift, plus lackluster sales of Xbox Series X and S do ring in a touch of for the once influential company. Okay, whether the next console rumor for 2027 release is going to be included big changes is unclear. Okay, again, they want to be everywhere. And everyone, all of us want to just stay in that, well, it has to be a hard console. How many of you guys are listening to your CDs and your disc changers in your car? How many people are listening to reading books, physical books, right? There are people, my wife does it all the time, okay? But a lot more people read digital books. They listen to digital music. They watch digital movies. So it boggles my mind that everyone, not fighting it, but just not seeing it, saying that, oh, video games won't be there. They're there. They're there. And it's going to happen exponentially faster and faster. But these are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. El Nini says, don't forget Jared Kushner. Sorry. You have to say Jared Kushner, not the company. I forget what is it PIF or whatever it is, the company? Windows runs on like 90% of the world. Factors used it all their machines. For example, offices use its productivity, and etc. What's wrong, Roadkill? B says, I'm pretty sure Clintus was the only person playing New World. No. Ginger Prime was playing New World. He was a big cheerleader for that game. There's a lot of people still playing the game. There's way more people playing New World than there is DC Universe Online, but yet DC Universe Online is still surviving. Aku says 30. Nintendo can survive a while. PlayStation is going to hit that decision wall in the next couple of years if over the focus of hardware. PlayStation is in trouble. Roadkill says true. It made also them like $2 billion in the first year, and they owned it when it shit all right. What are you talking about, Roadkill? True. It's made them like $2 billion in the first year, and they owned it. Went to shit all right. Let's see here. Little Timmy doesn't want an Xbox either. Waterbear says things in these days is hard to offer one's service, let alone pay $30 a month for Game Pass. Yeah, but you don't have to pay $30 a month for Game Pass, right? To get day and date, you have to, but you don't have to pay $30. When you go to the gas station, do you pay full price for the gas, or do you go regular? Right? Do you get premium or do you get regular? if I could say if the gas station's charging $8 for premium gas, but if I'm getting regular, I'm not paying $8. You know what I mean? El Nini says Xbox app is dog shit. Sure. But if it's dog shit and 3.2 billion people have that app on their phone and 7% get it, that's still 10 times more than the people they have right now, El Nini. And business doesn't care if something's dog shit or not. They're going to put out a minimal viable product and make money off those people. Hell, it happens every single day with video games. Roadkill says, you guys think that Call of Duty is going to be the number one selling game again this year, or do you think it's Xbox only? It will change. Well, was it last year or 2 years ago? It was Hogwarts Legacy. The only other game to beat Call of Duty to be the number one selling game was it was Hogwarts Legacy, and before that it was Grand Theft Auto. Right? So if it doesn't win this year, right? What's the number one selling game this year that we know of that they've told us? Right? What's the number one selling game? Would it be Helldivers was last year. There was something that came out that sold about 18 million copies this year. What was that? Right? What was that? I forget what it was. Right? So if 18 million is the number one selling game this year, then potentially Call of Duty could beat that, even with the lower sales. I forget what game came out and sold pretty good. Monster Hunter, then Oblivion under that. Monster Hunter, how many did Monster Hunter sell? Monster Hunter Wild sold over 10.74 million copies worldwide. That's a low number for number one sales. If that's the number one, okay, hold on. Okay, the top selling game in 2025 in the US so far is NBA 2K 26, followed by Monster Hunter Wilds and Borderlands. Okay. Took the number one spot overall, while Monster Hunter, yeah, but what is it? What is the top selling? They don't tell you what the number is. NBA 2K has the number one spot right now, but it doesn't tell you the sales. So let's just say NBA 2K 26 is the number one. Let's give them like 15 million. 15 million sales. Okay. Okay, great. That's 15 million sales. So Call of Duty, their lowest ever. Their lowest sales ever for a Call of Duty game is 15 million, which came back like 10 years ago. Okay. So even if it's low ball for Call of Duty this year, let's say the average is like 17, 18, 20 million, and they get 18 million, which might be the lowest sales they've ever had in the last decade, it's still the number one selling game this year. So to answer your question, I do think Call of Duty gets the number one gaming this year. Jax82 says, wasn't Satya bonus affected by Xbox? Didn't they dip and his bonus was increased? Well, yeah, but I talked about those at Sarge on GXG, right? If you incentivize your boss, you work at a restaurant, okay? And the manager comes up to you and says, we're trying to push the steak dinners tonight, okay? You have to push the steak dinners. If you push the steak dinners and you sell so much, I'll give you a bonus, right? And then their manager says to the corporate manager and says, hey, we're trying to push the steak dinners tonight. If you get all your servers to get the steak dinners and sell that steak dinners, I'll give you a bonus, right? So think about that in that mentality. Nadella, the board, controls Nadella. Nadella controls Phil, and so on and so forth down the line. The board says, hey, if you save us money, we'll give you a bonus. So then he says, okay, Phil, I need you to fire 14,000 people in the gaming division. And Phil's like, what? And Nadella's like, it's come from the top, right? I can't help it. It's what you got to do. So they do what they have to do. And Nadella says, I did what you said. And now he gets his bonus, right? He's doing his job. Other people are doing their job. And that's why shit rolls downhill. Windows says, it's like you said, 30. Move with times or get left behind. Why would you lock your games to one place when there's 40 million Steam users alone? We don't also want to shot a shot of the percentage of those of the money. Right. And think about this. Remember, PlayStation waited for the longest time possible. They did not want the crossplay to happen with Fortnite. They didn't want it. But then the kink in the armor happened, right? Fortnite broke down the wall, and now there's crossplay everywhere, right? Say what you want about Fortnite, but Fortnite and Epic broke the mold. So now there's crossplay with a lot of games across platforms, okay? Which is great. Great for gamers. Not good for the companies, but great for gamers, okay? Well, now there's another kink in the armor, right? Because now they're weren't going to put their games over on other platforms because you have to keep it in the ecosystem. But now PlayStation broke that and they put it over on Steam. Well, that's another kink in the armor, right? Well, now now the floodgates are open. Now, if they want to compete, now you got to put your games everywhere, not just PlayStation, right? You got to put your games everywhere. You want to make the most money, you got to put it everywhere. Let's see here. Nate says, Big Mad Mo, what part of Cali? I just went to Sacramento. Oh, I think Mo's up in the San Francisco area, right? You're up north. Aku says, guys, stop buying sports games that are literally copy paste. Well, Madden's another 5-year contract with EA, NFL. Sorry, with Madden contract with NFL for another 5 years. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't heard any game publisher touting out how many millions they really. I wonder if the Assassin's Creed Shadows sold. Less than 4 million, I think. It was less than 2.5 million, 3 million, something like that, I think, for the Assassin's Creed game. Yeah, if NBA 2K6 or 26 is the number one selling, 12, 15 million, I would assume that's about right. Because Borderlands, we know, is around 4 million, 5 million. So there's a big discrepancy between 1, 2, and 3 if Borderlands 4 is the third best game, right? Like, think about that. I think Battlefield 6 would have to be ahead of that now, right? Because this was updated. I don't know when this was last updated. It has to be after Borderlands so far. So did Battlefield 6 not surpass? I don't know. Here, let's look at this chart. Here's a chart of let's see, do they go? Okay. So here's a chart of the best-selling games from 2008 and on, right? Well, actually, we'll go to 2000. We'll go to 2000, right? So 2000 was Pokemon Gold and Silver. That's the number one selling game of all time for that year, okay, from Nintendo. Then it was Madden NFL 2002. Then in 2002, it was Grand Theft Auto Vice City, okay? Then in 2003, it was Madden NFL 2004. Then in 2004, it was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, okay? 2005 was Madden NFL 6. Call of Duty was third by then, okay? 2006 was Madden NFL 07, okay? 2007 was Halo 3. Call of Duty was third. 2008, it was We Play. Okay, Grand Theft Auto was fifth back there with 4. Okay, Call of Duty was sixth back then. 2009, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, obviously one of the best-selling games of all time. Okay, was 2009. Then it was 2010 was Call of Duty Black Ops. In 2011, it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. In 2012, it was Call of Duty Black Ops 2. In 2013, it was Grand Theft Auto 5. In 2014, it was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. In 2015, it was Call of Duty Black Ops 3. In 2016, it was Call of Duty Infinity War. Battlefield 1 was behind, and that was way behind. Okay. 2017 was Call of Duty World War II. NBA 2K18 was second. Okay. Destiny 2 was third. 2018 was Red Dead Redemption 2. Black Ops was second. Black Ops 4, sorry. Right? 2019 was Call of Duty Modern Warfare in 2019. NBA 2K20 was second, and then Madden, and then Borderlands 3. Okay. Then 2020, we have Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And then NBA 2K21 was third. Okay. 2021 was Call of Duty Vanguard, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, then Madden 2022. 2022 was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, then Elden Ring, then Madden NFL 23. 2023 was Hogwarts Legacy, then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and then Madden NFL 24. Okay. And then 2024 was Call of Duty Black Ops 6, followed by EA Sports College Football 25, and then Helldivers. And 2025 right now is NBA 2K26, which will probably be Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Okay? So, yeah, I'm gonna say that. Black Ops 7 will be the number one selling game inside of this year. And if not, it will be number 2. Right? It'll be a 1-2. Even at its shittiest moment right now, it's its lowest point of Call of Duty has ever been because of the public eye of cosmetic skins and the way the war zone is and all this other stuff. That's where it'll be. Right? Battlefield will probably be 3. Okay, maybe 2. Right? It'll shift down because Call of Duty and Battlefield will come into these spots once they're all tallied up. No, there's no Battlefield 6 yet because they haven't shared the actual numbers yet. So when Battlefield 6 gets rallied up, that'll be more than Borderlands. Call of Duty will be more than Borderlands, right? Arc Raiders might be more than Borderlands, okay? So we're talking NBA 226, Call of Duty is number 1. Battlefield 6 will be 3 or 4. Arc Raiders might be 4 or 5 when it's all said and done. Like I said, I'll believe it when I see it does bad in sales. Yeah, bad in sales though, Eclipse. Remember, if it doesn't sell 30 million and it only sells 18 million, they've lost, right? They lost sales. But even though it's the number one selling game. All right, let me see what's... I don't think we need to read that other Microsoft story here. I think it's the same thing. Yeah, he just talks about... Here it says... Well, here, there's a... Looks like there's like a quote or a paragraph here. It says, yet Xbox soldiers on. There's still tens of millions of Xbox customers, many of whom subscribe to Xbox Game Pass, delivering stable, ongoing revenue from the platform. Microsoft acquisition of Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and Candy Crush has boosted Division profitability and made it larger than Windows itself by revenue. We reported exclusively this week that Xbox is slated to deliver more on open console next gen, powered by a full Windows 11, opening up access to PlayStation and Steam games via other storefronts. Let me see what else he's got going on here. Yeah, this is all other stuff we already talked about. Yeah, so we won't read that one. If you guys like what I do, we just have conversation, talk about news stories, give my thoughts and opinions. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We're trying to get our subscriber count up. We're like stuck at a little short of 2,600. I'd love to get to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, but, you know, it is what it is. All right, let's go with... Laura Fryer has a video here. Laura Fryer has a video. It's a short video. It's only about 7 minutes, a little less than 7 minutes long here. It says, trick to fix the UX. Now, I think she's talking about the Xbox ROG Ally X. All right, so if you guys like it, all the links are in the description down below. Make sure you go over to her channel. If you haven't watched her stuff, she's actually quite refreshing from being someone that's been in the industry for so long, giving us like insight sort of behind the scenes. Because a lot of developers that are in the industry don't like to talk or say anything because they're still active in the business. And if they're active in the business, they don't want to like burn bridges and whatnot. Where she's just candid about her experience and what she's gone through. And I think with that experience, she has some really cool insight, right? So I like listening to someone like her. take it with, what you want. I don't say that everything she says is perfect or anything like that, but it's nice to have someone that can like open up. Mark Daria does this as well. Tim Kaine also opens up and stuff like that, even though we make fun of Tim Kaine because, tell me what you want. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. You know what I mean? So, all right. Links in the description down below. Let's watch this.
Xbox, devs, anyone building tech, your UX is letting people down. Clunky handheld, slow apps, wasted time. And it doesn't have to be this way. There's one simple trick that can make experiences flow for gamers and beyond. Let me explain.
So I never even noticed how much the placement sucks. Now that it's a button that I need to use regularly, why is this thumbstick in the way of reaching it?
Your comments on the Xbox ROG app.
Does somebody have a ROG Ally right now? Is that button really that hard to press? Like instead of like the thumbstick, is that a nitpick, or is that something that actually feels like it's in a wrong spot?
Ally really hit home. Clunky tech frustrates everyone, not just gamers. I've been in the games industry a long time. I was there for early.
Here's the thing, though, with people that create the actual thing and the people that actually use the actual thing are two different people. I'm talking about from a fundamental level. Some of you guys are probably engineers, right? And engineers think of a more logical, like they're like, oh, this is what it needs to be. But they're not from an average person that actually uses the device. They think it's in a good spot, or they think it's good. But when the average person gets it in their hands, and they've used every single handheld out there, they've owned the Lenovo, they've owned the Steam Deck, they've owned the Switch, and they put this in their hand, right? It's sort of like the Xbox controller, right? Some people love the way it feels. They feel like it's just perfect. It's won awards and stuff like that. Some people like the PlayStation 1, right? Nobody likes the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons because they're too small, right? But there's just something about a comfortable controller that fits in your hands. The PlayStation Portal, everyone that has a PlayStation Portal says it just feels good, right? Like it feels like a good PlayStation controller with the screen in the middle. It's very nice to hold, right? People say the Steam Deck is the same way. A little bulky, but it's still nice to hold in your hand, right? A little heavy and can't really hold it up and whatnot. Engineers are different breed of people compared to the people actually using the actual device every day.
Xbox and then for VR. And what I've learned is one universal truth, and that is that a great user experience can change everything. Today, we'll talk about a dead simple trick for Xbox.
Design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works, right?
Game developers and even app builders to make users love you. Let's dive in. It's easy and cheap to think about UX from the start, but that is where the Xbox ROG Ally falls flat.
A Windows 11 update, an Xbox app update, a BIOS update, AMD driver updates, updates for ROG's Armory Crate, and multiple restarts along the way.
It's frustrating.
Do you see how convenience does? Right? I'm not blowing this out of proportion. Convenience is such a big thing, right? Convenience could be like when I turn my Xbox on or my PlayStation on, and all of a sudden I have all these updates. I'm like, ugh, right? You're doing literally nothing. All you have to do is push the button. But your convenience is being bothered because before you can play, you got to update all these things, right? That's why they do a thing where you can update when it's offline or whatnot. When you have this thing and you have to update all these things, people complain about it because of the convenience. They're like, oh, I only have 2 hours to play. Now I have to sit here for an hour and a half because my internet's slow and I can't update all this stuff.
Plain and simple. What I expect from a handheld, I should turn it on and it just works.
It's exactly right, right? That is the expectations. I just gave you $1,000 for a handheld. When I pull it out of the box, I want it to work. I don't want to update it for the next hour and a half after I purchased it, okay? I want to buy the thing, open the box up before I even get in the car. You know what I'm talking about. You get a new piece of product, you get in the car, and you're like, I want to open it up. Even though you're in the car, you're like, I can open it up 5 miles from now when I did my house, but no, you need to open it right now. You open up the box, you peel off that cellophane off the thing, you're like, oh man, this is so good, okay? You want it to work. You don't want to pop it open and go, oh, I'm sorry, Timmy. You can't play the game right now. You got to wait another 5 hours for all the updates to go through. We have shitty internet. Sorry.
Games are ready, one click to launch, playing in seconds. No app updates blocking my fun. No BIOS dives for OS downloads. X-fans felt it too. One said, seemed like a very chaotic device and button registration is beyond slow. It just stopped working during
The button thing probably going to get fixed with a patch, right?
gameplay. Another, the ROG Xbox Ally X completely froze up during first install. Console-like experience? Nope.
There's typically another series of updates you got to do that's within Armor Crate. So buried within the software, like the ASUS software, is another layer of like BIOS and firmware things. I had to redo all my benchmarks, but I realized this shouldn't be the case on an Xbox branded product.
Is Xbox test?
There's a blurry line there, right? Because Xbox brand is on there, but it's not an Xbox. But it is an Xbox, right? It's an Xbox, but it's made by Asus, right? So there's multiple operating systems on that device.
This stuff anymore? Do they try real-world scenarios with gamers? Do they see what that first user experience is like?
Regularly. Ah! Why is this thumbstick?
Why do I feel like he's over-exaggerating this? Why do I feel like Linus is over-exaggerating? Like, I'm trying to reach that, but I just can't reach that button. Like, is he over-exaggerating? I got to know. If you guys have a box, I know Aku says he has the ROG Ally, not the Xbox version. It's not bad. It's not in a bad place. Linus is on my do not watch list because he has become a clown in the hardware industry. I feel like he's over-exaggerating where the button is. Because he is. Yeah. Yeah, Waterbear says because he definitely is. I feel like it's, I don't know.
No way.
Microsoft always has lagged.
That's like holding your phone, right? It's like holding your phone and going, I can't reach with my thumb. I just can't reach. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like over exaggerated. It's like, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I could be wrong. I don't own one and I'm not going to own one.
Apple here. iPhones in comparison have been frictionless magic despite their flaws. Windows? A slog. And gamers get it. Time's the real currency, not cash. We'll pay.
What did she say?
Have been frictionless magic despite their flaws. Windows? A slog. And gamers get it. Time's the real currency, not cash.
I love that people are now on the same page as me, right? You could go back to 2018, 2019, Generation X Gaming, okay? All the episodes are up on Spotify. I don't know which one it is, but I do know I remember saying that time is the currency. Your time is the currency. Everybody always thinks it's something else, right? No, everyone has the exact same amount of time. Everyone is in competition of your time. Today, and every day, Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern, I'm getting 2 hours of your time, and I appreciate that very much, okay? If you're here for 1 second, 1 minute, or 1 hour, okay? Honest to God, I do appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us just to have a conversation, okay? I'm taking 2 hours of your time. Everything takes your time, from eating a taco to taking a shit to watching a TV show to hitting a commercial, right? Everyone is in for time. No one used to talk about time. They're like, oh, this game is great, blah, blah, blah. No, time. Respect the player's time. If your game is broke, buggy, and unfinished, you're not respecting my time. If your game is this grind fest for no apparent reward, you're wasting my time. You have to respect the time. Not just the gamer's time, everyone's time. So if I buy a product for $1,000 and it takes me so long to update it, you're not respecting your customer's time. That should be updated and ready to go. When they pull it out of the box, they can just play it. Have the best experience possible.
We'll pay for just works. That's why handhelds, even consoles, can thrive in tough times. Look, I think the Xbox Game
Pass price jump causes website crash as fans rush to cancel.
Price hike really hurt the Xbox brand. But this lack of paying attention to the user experience, that's really killing trust. And here's the thing, whether you're...
All of it kills trust, though, Laura, right? not working when it comes out of the box, updating when it comes out of the box, getting a game not working, it's slow, hit registration, the game's not complete, there's not there's not all the maps in the game, microtransactions that they change after the fact, portal that comes into a game and it doesn't work as it's supposed to be intended. All of these things, okay, should be working, but they're not.
To the user experience, that's really killing trust. And
all of that kills trust. Every single thing I just talked about kills trust.
Here's the thing, whether you're working or playing, every single little glitch is stealing time.
100%.
So here's the thing. I have said for a while, I actually think what we are doing are being the beta testers for what the next Xbox console is going to be.
You're always a beta tester. The people that buy a game day one, okay, no pre-order, no day one, no full price for a half-ass game. Every single one of us that buys a game at full price is a beta tester, okay? The actual games that come out in early access and say, hey, we only want $20 instead of $70, they know that you're a tester, hence why they're giving it to you at a cheaper price. But these AAA companies, these blood-sucking corporations, give you a game at $70, $80, $90, $100, $120, early access, pre-order bonus, right? And you're getting a game or you're getting the device. It's a test. I talked about the Xbox. I talked about the PlayStation 5. We that bought the systems early were beta testers. There was no 4K, okay? There was no 120 frames per second. It was a pipe dream down the line when you bought these things. Hence why they broke my trust. And I will not be buying any console going forward to the next thing, because until they can prove and earn my trust back, which is really hard to do once you've burned me once, twice, 3 times. Hence why I don't buy Ubisoft games anymore. Hence why I don't buy Madden football anymore. Hence why I don't buy Call of Duty anymore. Okay? Burn me once, cool. Never again. You have to earn my trust back.
Remember when games started as a spark in someone's mind? We didn't have fancy tools, just scribbles on paper, photocopies from books, and endless brainstorming over coffee. We even mocked up paper prototypes for users to try. Why? To get a feel for what the users would experience before the team exploded.
It's actually pretty good. I like what they're doing here. It's interesting.
And executives were looming.
Yeah, but Mo, you know you're the problem. And I'm not making fun of you. You know you're the problem, but you're going to do what you want with your money, which is fine.
It was time boxed, it was cheap, and it was pure magic. We'd walk in the player's shoes. Take Microsoft's Pinball Arcade. It was an indie game made by 2 guys who were friends with Alexei Pajitnov. You know, the guy who made Tetris.
Play Tetris, my friends.
Our first menu was cool, but it had these rotating balls. You had to scroll endlessly to see options. The test team hated it. It was pure friction. So we ditched the flash and we created a clean and functional menu.
Battlefield, you hear this? You see how easy it is to make a clean UI?
Was it less exciting? Perhaps, but it was a no-hassle experience. We used to think about the first user experience, even in the store. What is the box going to look like? This is a mock-up of the Crimson Skies box I just happen to still have. You see, we'd imagine when they got home and they were unboxing, what was that like? Was it like opening a treasure chest?
Yes. How excited. Let me take you back to a little time when we were all little children, okay? And you got a brand new toy, right? You walked down an aisle, you picked up a toy, you picked up a game, right? Your mom or dad was like, hey, good job. Good job, little Mike. Okay, you got all A's on your report card. You could pick out any of the games that you want. You're like, oh my God, and you stare at the game. And you pick up that game and you just stare. You turn it over and you look at the back of that box, right? You just stare at the box. You're looking at that picture and you're imagining with the shitty pixels that are on the back of that box, okay? You would look at that box and go, oh my God, can you imagine what I could do with this game? Can you imagine all the hours of time I could play with this game and have so much fun? And then they buy it for you and you're like, oh my God, thank you so much, right? Then you get to the car and you can't wait. You're like, hey, Mom, can you open this for me? Right? And while you're sitting in the back seat, you're you take the cellophane off. You take the little sticker, you stick it to the back, or you stick it to your shirt. You open up the case. You take the instruction manual out while you're sitting in the back of the car because you can't play the game. So you're just staring at the disc or the cartridge or whatever it is, but you got the instruction manual in your hand now, and you're flipping through the instruction manual, looking at the actual, it's A to jump and B. It's the same fucking controls, okay? But you're looking at it, and there's things that you're looking through and flipping through, and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait. You put it back in, and you're so excited. Then as soon as you get home, you throw the rest of the shit in the bag. You get in the house, you throw it on the floor, you jump in, you throw that disc in, and you're having a blast. That is completely fucking gone, right? There's nothing to be excited about, right? Right now, Arc Raiders people are excited about, but there's no book to open. What you're excited about now is looking at the bar updating to saying, hey, it's downloading, right? And then imagine that you're so excited about a game that comes out, and the first thing that happens is there's an update. You just downloaded it, but now there's a day one patch update. So now, what you could just put in and play, you're no longer playing. You're sitting there waiting for 20 minutes, 30 minutes because you have shitty internet and someone else is on the internet and you can't patch your game. And then you get in. And then it says there's a queue. And you're like, I can't get in because there's a queue. So now there was an update, right? There's a download, there's the update, there's the queue. And then it says error. And then you start playing and then it kicks you out to the dashboard. And these are just little things that get you upset. And you're like, what the fuck? I just want to play the game that I paid for.
Did you get a cool manual like this one? And was it in theme? What about a world map? Did you get dice? And how fast could you get into the game?
Look at this. This is so awesome. You open the book.
World map. Did you get dice? And how fast could you get into the game? The goal was to put the disc in and play. And that empathy, that consideration, that actually built trust. But now, too many experiences. Forget it. Because one game does what I just explained to you. Then you buy the next game, it does the exact same thing. And you buy the next game, it does the exact same thing. And it just picks at you. It just eats you away. And you're like, never buying a game day one again because there's always a queue. Never works. How many times we say it? How many times we say it? Online game launches. And when something actually works, we're like, oh my God, it worked. We're so excited, even though that should be the bare minimum. My first Microsoft gig, product support. I talked to our customers every single day. And it changed me forever. The downside, I still dread phones. The upside, I had deep empathy for our customers. They just wanted the tech to work, and they would call and they would be frustrated, and they wouldn't even know sometimes what they had installed on their system. My favorite call was at 4 a.m. on a Sunday. I was working 410s, and I had a guy who wanted to land his plane in flight sim, and he was blind. It forced me to think in a completely different way. Today, he wouldn't even be able to get someone on the phone.
Yeah, you can't do that now. Yeah, servers are broke, servers are full, there's a queue, there's a patch.
And the thing is, it's easy to walk in the customer's path. All you have to do is invite them into your lab, let them play, set them down in front of your game or hand them the Xbox ROG Ally and see what they do. See where they get stuck. And when you find friction, fix it. And then try it again.
Toy companies used to do this. Toy companies used to bring toy kids. Hey, play with this toy. Right? And they play with the toy. And they're like, why isn't Timmy liking the toy? Little Susie likes the toy. Why are they bored? Why are they doing something else? Oh, they have attention span issues. No, you have a shitty toy. You have a shitty toy. It's not the kid's fault. It's your fault. It's your designers. The soulless toys that you create now. Okay? Toys used to be awesome. Okay? Used to be all these knickknacks and things that you used to turn and play, right? Why is a ball so fascinating to kids? It's just a fucking ball. Okay? But it's designed well. It's a ball. You hit it, it bounces. If you bounce a ball and it doesn't bounce, guess what? That kid's not playing with that ball. But if you bounce a ball and I go, boo, they get really excited. They're like, oh my God, did you see how high? It's a simplistic thing. It's just a round rubber thing that you bounce on the ground and it works. Now you go to Transformers or G.I. Joe or He-Man back in the day, which obviously were the best toys. If they weren't, why would they be reproducing them now? Okay, but now they're in a shittier format. Now they're making Transformers that are not like the old Transformers. They're shitty. No one buys them. They sit on the shelves. They buy the Star Wars. They don't want to buy the Star Wars. Why? Because they're shitty. No one cares about it, right? It's not about caring about the actual brand. It's about the actual quality of the actual toy. Now you go to video games, it's the exact same thing. Exact same thing. You're making shitty product, and this is why it's not selling. Not because it's expensive, not because it's expensive and it's shitty. Instead of working as intended.
Run the tests again. It's simple. And here's the thing.
Time greater than money. It's exactly right. It doesn't matter that it's $1,000. It's got to work correctly. It doesn't matter that it's $80, but it's got to work correctly. If it doesn't work correctly at $80, then I'm not giving you my $80. If it doesn't work at 70 and 60 and 50 and 40, it doesn't matter. If it's not working, you're not getting my time or my money. But if you have a game that works correctly, you can charge more for it, okay? As long as I don't have to sit there and wait for it to be fixed 6, 8, 12, 18 months.
Xbox can do it. Game developers can do it. App makers can do it. You just need to care like it's your own time. Can we bring that empathy and magic back? I sure hope so.
You've got to start with the customer experience and work backwards to the technology. And as we have tried to come up with a strategy and a vision for Apple, it started with what incredible benefits can we give to the customer? Where can we take the customer?
Apple charges way more than everybody else. Before Steve Jobs died, when he was alive, they would charge so much more for their same product that you would get in anything else. But it just, that was the term. It just works. It just works. Not the Todd Howard, it just works. No, Apple, it just worked. There was no viruses because there was less people using them. People didn't write code for them because it wasn't, right? And they charged a premium price for the product because it worked, right? You would buy a Gateway or a Dell or an IBM, and you would get blue screen of death. You would have problems with your thing. There wasn't that many problems with Apple back in the day. That's why they charged a premium price, because it didn't waste people's time. Very smart man, but ahead of his time. All right. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. If you'd like to watch her video or go support her channel, Laura Fryer's name is in the description down below. You can click on it. Give it a like. Give it a sub. She makes good content. I like watching her stuff. Just like every other person that we watch on this content, they're always the stories that we talk about and the videos that we watch are in the links in the description down below. Make sure you support the other channels if you like their content. Salty says because the digital age came. Yeah, now it's like we don't have to make instruction manuals. Hell, they don't even put instruction manuals digitally in the game for most of the times, right? They just don't do it, right? They don't make cases anymore. They make little cards that you can buy the game digitally. Toys are not good anymore, right? I don't even know. My brother bought me this. I'm assuming, right? This is a anniversary edition, the 40th anniversary. I'm assuming this is the same quality as, but I don't know. I'm never going to open it to find out. But this toy, when I was a kid, was amazing. All Transformers, when I was a kid, was amazing. The complication of how to transform them from robot to car form or plane form was amazing. Now you get this, right? They made me, by the way. All right, my son ordered and made, that's me. He made me like a lumberjack. It's me, though. It's got a little headset and controller. Hey, look, it's Mike. Okay? This is a toy now. This is a toy. Just a bobblehead. Okay? Okay? That's the toy. Okay? The toy is just... That's it. Sad. It's just sad. All right, let's go. I don't have another story to go over, but we can go to Twitter and see what's happening on Twitter. Let's see what's happened on the Twitterverse. That can't be the only thing that's updated in the last 2 hours. Like, stop it. No one has time for toys anymore? Not even kids? Outer Worlds 2 is $70, huh? Thank God for Game Pass. If you wanted to play the game. Let's see what else is happening over here. Let me hear what you guys have to say. Anybody playing? I know Nate said. Was it Nate? Nate, you said you're playing. Was it Nate? Did you play the Battlefield 6BR? No, it was. Who was it earlier that said it? Roic says, look at some of these really popular indie games. Not only are they around $20, they just work. And they don't have ID any bugs. That's right. They don't have any bugs. And they work. And they're for a good price. They would pay more, Roic, right? You pay $20, but you play the game, you're like, man, I would pay $40 for this because of the quality of the game. No, it wasn't Nate. Who was it? Who said it? I can't scroll up again all the way back up. I forget who said they were playing the game. Was it Jesse? No, it wasn't Jesse. Somebody said they were playing it and said it's pretty good. I watched Jack Frags play it. I saw a clip of Shroud playing the game. And it just, I don't know, man. It just doesn't look... You know what? Let's see if we can find some... I hate Battle Royale games. I played for 3 hours yesterday. It was fun. Destructibility is crazy. Let me see if I can find... I don't want live. Let's go with... Maybe I'll go with Jack. I like watching Jack's stuff. Does he have a new video? Let me see.
Welcome back to Arc Raiders. This game...
Okay. Let's just watch. Let's just watch a little bit.
Another one still on the right on that ground floor. Oh, direct hit!
Oh, baby. Left.
I cracked that guy on the left. I gotta reload. I think he... This guy wants to get more.
This is
what do you think?
Gameplay from him yesterday. Did about 2.5 hours of stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously not going to watch all of it. But
we failed that mission.
Some people said it looked bad. I don't think it looks bad, right? And again, I'm not a fan of the Battlefield Battle Royale, but I don't. If you look at this and then say it looks bad, I don't know what to tell you.
On the top of the
I mean, just stop lying, right? Like, look at it. It looks great.
Yeah.
I'm resing hats.
I did not hear him. Thank you.
Is there more? Got the finish. There might be more. He just came up the zip. There's a zip here.
Like, visually, it looks good.
See anyone? I'm putting my sensor
Battlefield 6 looks great.
As well. We're gonna have to move.
Visually, it looks great.
Roger that. There was one down on this ground floor before. They're in the street now. Yeah, he just got in the vehicle. See the one on the right? My ping didn't hit.
My problems with Battlefield 6 is not the way it looks. It's the way their maps play. It's the way the gun plays. It does the hit detection's still off. Okay. Definitely not the look.
Under the stairs here. Top.
Lovely.
Yeah, sniping on the hill. Guys, we're gonna have
Why would that guy jump off that side of the building?
I cracked the guy on the hill sniping. There's two up there. Yeah, we gotta go left.
If anything, you do a halo jump and jump lower and then open up their parachute real
On the hill
fast.
directly where you're looking, in the red building. 2 of them at least.
Yeah, where I just pinged as well.
That was a nice shot.
Should we go for
Let's
this
go
little
left, go
natural
left,
cover
go
hill on
left.
the hill?
Yeah, we've got to go left.
Use the hill.
Right here, street level.
Street!
Another one. He's got me, he's got me.
Smoking.
2.
See, my
They're
problem,
gonna grenade in that, they're gonna grenade in
my
that.
problem
Oh, John got it.
is that,
John got it.
and I've said this, I feel like I'm a fucking broken record, which is fine.
He wiped him,
Okay?
he wiped him. John
Yeah,
wiped
good play.
John's
This
actually
is not
safe.
Battlefield. If this game came out and it was
you're
called
sliding along the
something
floor there. Well,
completely
that's good.
different, made by EA, and it's called
I quite liked it. If you could do that again.
Battleground, War Ground, whatever the hell it is,
Fighting in this
I'd
building,
be like,
all right.
I'm gonna try
Hey,
it.
Roger.
This is Battlefield, and because it's Battlefield,
Try and
it's
focus
not
getting
Battlefield.
into zone for a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
That's my problem.
Roger.
Eclipse says,
in the road,
it's
though,
my
isn't
kind
it?
of battle royale. Everyone starts
Just going down that
at a
hill.
square
Just
one,
letting them go.
and there's no loadouts.
Yeah, he's
running.
gone down to the street.
Let's try and get right
Isn't
in
there?
zone. I
Isn't
mean,
everyone a
over
medic?
here.
So you win more?
I can't ping on
I don't know if everyone's a medic. Eldonda says, I had an update my game last night when I got home from work, and I had like 20 minutes available.
But I can't ping.
Is it middle mouse?
Fucking, I hate when that
It's Q,
happens.
it's Q.
Q. Okay.
I say we just go to a building in the middle of the zone.
Yeah, deal.
It's not Battlefield, it's Red
That
Sec.
build- yeah,
no, it's
dude.
Battlefield
Yeah,
Red
building
Sec.
Stay behind you.
Take the Battlefield out of it.
Want to shoot these guys?
You snipe him?
Hey, on the roof
I
here.
tagged him, broke his armor. Thank you.
Down. Got him.
Nice.
Do you pick
Tear
up
up.
battle
No,
kits
no.
within, or class kits within?
They were behind us, guys. Careful, they're in this building.
All right.
We might become the filling.
You get those plates, lads.
Yeah, I picked him, thank you.
Eclipse says the only thing that the
Head to
classes
one of
do
these
is give you
buildings, you can maybe
perks like
find
the
some loot
medic
and
has
stuff
no
and get a
movement
good
penalties
position.
with light machine gun.
Yeah.
I'll
On
get-
your
I'll whack the
6,
drone
roll.
out when we get
On
up
your
there.
6, yeah?
Roger that. I've got 2 smokes.
Let's
I have a
go.
question. Is it me, or does the trees and the visuals look clearer in this mode than they do in the regular game mode?
I've got 2 smokes as well.
Nice.
Yeah, Sarge, you can only play duos and
Headshot
squads
from the right.
inside this mode
Smoking.
right now. There's no solos.
Keep going.
See?
Broke.
That's not a smoke, it's an incendiary. It looks the
One
same.
down.
No. I'm gonna need a res. They're gonna fool me.
I'm air striking that. You
Yeah.
got smokes?
We could go down the hill to
in
the
the
left. I've unfortunately got...
I'm down. You got me?
Nice, that's
I've got
nice.
you, I've got you, I've got you.
Nice.
We should go down
airstrike's
the
going
hill.
in.
We should go down the hill.
Ready to
Get out
move?
from the
Ready to
road.
move? Go.
Go, go, go.
See if we can get a res on Will.
Yeah,
Can
don't
you
worry
ping
too
a
much about
redeploy
it.
tower?
Was he putting more armor in, like
Yeah.
Call of Duty did?
I don't see any on the map. The only ones right on the edge, just not playable.
All right.
It's out the zone
I'm
now.
right on them.
Don't worry.
Here's a question, Eclipse, since you're playing. Is every building destructible? Or is it like the game where certain buildings are destructible and others aren't? What's going on, Brian Coulter?
I'm going to miss your ladder, Will.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't have it. I had the recon drone this time.
Oh, yeah, of course, of course.
can
I
hear
appreciate
them,
that, Brian.
I feel like.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm not really getting much, like, footstep audio. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not really feeling that at all.
No, I didn't hear them before.
I'm pretty sure everything is even the gates. If you're stuck and you need to go through something and destroy it. So, like, you could level the
Let's have a
entire
look at our
map.
options then for redeploy.
Isn't that a little weird? That a wide open map that you can, everything's destructible, but in a regular game mode, there's things that are not destructible? Seems odd, doesn't it?
I swear I could hear someone then.
There's one north, but that's going to be out. So we push for the redeploy, Will?
No, no, no.
No?
It's
Okay.
out the zone, so I think just keep playing your game. You can do it with
On the beach.
One's more man than I could ever be.
Oh,
John
someone.
is
Oh, this guy's absolutely
popping
sick.
off.
They want you to play this
John's
mode? Of
going
course
wild
they
there.
do.
Someone just sniped at me there.
You guys know about the $25 battle pass, right? There's a regular battle pass, and then there's the more expensive battle pass.
We need to move up a bit.
Yeah.
Ooh,
okay, I'm being shot from the beach.
Really? That's
where's that?
Not sure where, but
Robert Jones says,
what? He's all
just
over
say
there.
it, 30. You think Battle Royale was a top priority?
So John
Yes.
just think that, I think, right?
Yes.
I think so. I'm watching you.
The Battle Royale,
see what he's up to.
Battlefield
Yeah,
is the
see what
Trojan
Timothy's
horse,
doing.
right? Battlefield's the
He's in the water,
Trojan
he's on the other
horse.
side there.
The
Where?
name, the franchise is the Trojan horse to get you
Exactly where we
in,
came from
so
on
you
the
play this
balcony.
type of stuff. This is free. The Gauntlet mode is free. There's 2 game modes that are free to get you into Battlefield.
Got one.
Nice.
I'll try and get you
Nice
house.
Well, this.
I downed one, so they're going to be ready.
See,
Let's go. Let's go.
this is
That's
to
what
bring
babies.
people into Battlefield, not the opposite way around, where Battlefield is to bring into the Battle Royale. This is to bring them into Battlefield.
Same
Because maybe they
balcony.
like this, and maybe they'll purchase the game.
I'm watching John. He's looking.
They said it's a platform now.
Suck on that.
They said it's a platform.
Let me see this.
The new map absolutely looks
You
like
gotta
shit.
come out of there.
Blackwell, whatever it's called. Okay? When I saw a picture of it, it was just the oil things. I said
that is
that map's garbage. It is garbage. Okay?
John's
4v4, by the way,
Why is
on
John
top of
going in?
that.
Two. Don't worry about me. I had no plates anyway. Be tight on your right.
Get over to that waypoint.
I'm resing.
They're in the bush.
And by the way,
Green ping.
it's
Weak.
bugged. Okay? Lots of
Good,
crashes,
right,
lots of
okay.
things
Get
happening.
two.
Now, some people will be like, I didn't have any crashes.
Get one
So obviously it
down,
doesn't exist. But it does. And remember,
Got him.
this is
go
day
back,
one
let's go
yesterday, came out.
Gotta move.
Day one, broke, buggy,
think someone just
unfinished.
sniped
But it's okay. It's
Yeah.
free to play.
Oh, the hell? You got smoke, anyone?
No.
I'm out of plates. I just
Oh,
don't.
he's right. The wall that I just died behind, he's crouched behind it.
Oh no.
I think I'm screwed.
You're the last man.
Yeah,
You can
Water.
rest John.
If this takes off, Battlefield
That'd be
dies.
Yeah.
Right? If
on the
this
high ground, really,
this
don't I?
game
I
mode
can't.
succeeds,
Yeah, it's your only
Battlefield itself dies.
God.
Oh.
Ow.
The stakes are high. Drama. Emotion.
You got a sight on me there?
Eclipse says, yeah, last night when everyone got off work, I was
got
playing, the
everything.
servers were bad.
You could just stay.
You talking about the fighting game,
I
Mo?
just need plates,
fighting
really.
game?
No one needs to know.
Oh, there's so many.
The interiors look a little
Storm's
shitty.
constantly
I'll be
moving as
honest.
well.
The interiors look a little shitty.
Problem you're gonna have here, of course, is you'll have to leave before it comes.
It sounded like there was 3 shoots there.
This looks like it was just tossed together. This looks bare bone. Like, not that I'm nitpicking here. Just look at the interior of Division. Right? Now I get it. Division's a single player co-op game / PvP if you're in the DMZ. Okay. But if you go into an interior into Division 1 or 2, it is super decked out, super detailed, everything. This looks like they just put something there.
Before it comes.
It sounded like there was 3 shoots there. Wish I had a sledgehammer.
Did they already leave?
Yeah,
above
they
you?
did. They left.
This almost looks like back in the day in Battlefield 1942. The interiors are just bare bone. Altern says, I mean, why make it detailed if players will destroy the walls anyway? I don't know. Maybe because that's what would be in the building. Why make me go into a building if it's not detailed? You might as well just not make the buildings opened. And if you're going to make the places where I can go in, then make those detailed.
Plates.
I mean, every apartment looks like it's like a college kid lives there.
I'm looking for plates.
A rare commodity. I mean, this is top 3.
They're fighting, I think.
I mean, if you're walking into a warehouse, I get it. If you're walking into an apartment building,
The zone's up on your right is the only problem. And there was men up there.
is there earthquakes in this? Is there earthquakes in this mode since you're in California?
I can only move.
Be the bush.
On with the foliage.
Give me a plate. No.
You are the bracken.
Is he going to win this? That'd be dope if it happened randomly. I mean, it's in California. It would make sense, right?
The plates.
Oh, God.
I think he's down there.
I agree.
That's a head glitch.
Oh, did you guys see the Terminator game is out on Steam? The side scroller Terminator?
God, I can't see anything.
I don't know if it's out. I saw a tweet earlier.
Right here.
It might be a wish list or something.
So careful.
How many people are left?
One left.
Oh, we did it!
Yes!
Oh, nice.
Oh my God. I did not realize that was the last one. What the hell?
What a win!
Wow.
You don't.
You became one.
You
with
don't.
the
You don't
bush.
get anything.
My heart rate right now is through the roof, baby. Let's go. Did he have a
like all the
self-res
effects.
then?
I think he was still downed. I don't think it killed him.
Yeah, if he's last in the squad, he should just squad wipe, right?
Yeah.
Wait, do you get anything for
That's
winning?
very
You
good.
killed the guy and he died full to the zone, and then that was the last guy.
You get a pat in the back for the winner screen.
That also changed the way that you had to play that, because you can't just... He couldn't just run through the gas to get...
Yeah,
up.
I literally, if you touch the fire, you die instantly. How are we doing on the battle pass?
I mean,
I just unlocked the new carbine.
did I even say that? I don't even think I bought the battle pass.
Pride and accomplishment. All right,
you'll have
I
it,
guess that's
Yeah,
it.
you should have it if you got the Phantom Edition.
I do. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
have it.
You don't get like a
That was
I don't
a
know.
good
Have a
game.
dish.
Well played.
dog tag to
Back
put on
the-
your
back to the
thing.
menu real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't get like a, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Sniper, yeah.
Points. That's it.
Better scope on it.
You get XP. You go up a
Very
battle
nice.
pass, right? I
Yeah,
guess.
that was a delight. That.
All right, so you get bulletin, feature, campaign, multiplayer, red sec, community, training grounds.
What's that?
Does he show the
RPG there.
RPG
go to the battle pass?
Yeah,
Go to the battle pass. I want to see the battle pass. Maybe I'll find another person that goes to the battle pass.
The bush was the main factor, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The visibility.
Water's like, whoa. You're asking for too much, 30. What about a good job instead? I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. Rookil says when you finish them, you steal their dog tag. If you guys are watching Battlefield 6, just jump in.
I don't know what it looked like for you on spec cam, but when you're near the fire, the visibility is really difficult.
There's certainly a... Well, I think that's... Do you reckon that's
You
by
get
design?
exposure
Because
and
it's edge of zone.
experience. That's what everyone wants.
I think so.
That was good.
I think it looks stupid as shit, Mo. Super Bowl? I was like, I'd rather go play Rocket League or Rematch. Rematch is a really good game for a soccer game.
You want big mags in BR, don't you, really?
Yeah, I'm just trying to... don't know what the primary.
I think what I'm going to do real
is.
fast, because we're not going to have an afternoon
I'm
show
gonna
this
do
afternoon
M4,
with Luke. So let me see if I can find. All right, let's see. Let's go with this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping.
Okay.
Then of course we'll jump in game and action.
Let me see the actual battle pass here.
General menu here, you do have the new Battle Pass tab. If you've got the Phantom Edition, you can claim your Battle Pass and Battlefield Pro.
What is Claim Battlefield Pro? What is that? That's the $25 battle pass? Is that what that is?
In the top left there, but you can still preview basically everything going on here. For instance, the recruit tiers here. At the first start, you get a player card icon, the Pack Hunter. You also end up getting a new weapon package for the L110. You get 100 Battlefield coins that go towards your currency.
What are the Battlefield coins used for? Is that to buy the XP? Is that to buy the XP boosters?
New soldier skin, the unflinching skin, then also the GGH-22 pistol in there at.
Can I use the Battlefield coins to buy the next battle pass? Do they give enough in the battle pass to buy the next battle pass? Yeah, you pay for the first battle pass in the deluxe edition. Okay.
As well. And then once you go through and you complete those 5 tiers, you then can go through and choose your path between Rogue Ops, they have Deniable Ops, then you also have Soldiers of Fortune and Pacific Ghosts as mentioned. So in the Rogue Operations here, throughout all these tiers initially, we've got...
Wait a minute. Do those all open up for you, or you just choose one? Can you... Once you're done with the 5 here... So, hold on, I'm trying to understand this. I buy the Battle Pass, right? The Battle Pass is active. I go into the active 0-5 tier here. Once I'm done with this, it goes into the next unlock, which is then pick your class. Assault, Engineer, Recon, Support. Right? Once I do this... Can I pick all of these or just one of these?
Pacific Ghosts as mentioned. So in the Rogue Operations here, throughout all these tiers initially, we've got a new weapon charm. We've got a new M4A1 skin, low-key kind of getting like Asimov vibes on that. That's kind of interesting. A free player card background tier. You also get the collaborator skin. There's a class of...
Why is as he's clicking on each one of these things, they have a different price? Robert Jones says, I watched the dude this morning say Battlefield $30 pass is more consumer friendly than the COD $30 pass. Why are people complaining? Probably because it's a $30 pass. I guess you can buy it if you want to grind. So, okay, I'm going to rewind here for just a second.
One in our background here,
right? Because like this one costs, it says advanced 7 tiers, 1,050.
Asimov vibes on that. That's kind of interesting.
Oh, I see. It's not per thing. It's if I want to advance up to this, it would cost me $1,200. Is it $1 a thing? So this is $12. This would be $12. So if I want to go up 8 tiers, it's going to cost me $12. Please tell me it's not $12.
interesting. A free player card background tier. You also get the collaborators.
It's 150 per tier.
There's a
yeah, it's 150 per tier. It's $1.50 per tier.
Classified one in theory now.
Do you see a fundamental problem here? Do you see a fundamental problem? The grind takes so long that you have to do nothing but play this game to go up the battle pass. And if you don't want to go up the battle pass, then you can just pay to go up the battle pass. So you're paying money for the battle pass to go up the battle pass. There's a free track, then there's a paid track.
I can claim through Battlefield Pro to get this. We're going to see if it actually unclassifies this live in real time. Battlefield Pro acquired. So obviously you're getting your default.
How much was that? Oh, claim. He claimed it. Okay.
Live in real time. We can go through, we can back out of that, and we can see now, oh, it's a player card title. No, I'm just not smart. Either way, that's what happens when you claim your Battlefield Pro. Then you also end up getting an M2010 ESR weapon package. You get another new operator skin, Fragmentation. You get a 30-minute Battle Pass XP boost package.
30-minute
operator skin, Fragmentation.
XP boost.
You get a 30-minute Battle Pass XP booster. You get the alignment weapon package for the M1014. You also end up getting 100 more Battlefield tokens. And then there is a new skin, the Sato skin there. Then you have like the next set of rewards because there is 22, I think it is per. You got the Deny Everything weapon sticker. Another new skin here, a weapon package for the M39 EMR. You've got the Serpentine support skin. You get a new vehicle skin, Trust Equation. Kind of got some like rust like scratches almost on it. Looks kind of interesting. An RPK weapon package. You also get a new uniform patch there. More Battlefield tokens. A double XP booster. This will be for your career, not for weapons there.
Altern says, I mean, that's with every game that has a battle pass. And I complain about every single one of those, Altern. I'm consistent.
You also end up getting the Dead Silence PSR weapon package, the SOR 300C carbine.
Oh, yeah, the boosters run even if you're not playing Eclipse. So if you pop a 30-minute, make sure you're playing for the full 30 minutes.
In here, then you also have the Forestry Sentry Recon skin in there too. So that is the entirety of the Rogue Ops package. Then you've got Deniable Ops here. And in this one, you've got an M277 weapon package skin, Carry On there. You've got another weapon charm. You got something up the weapon.
Okay, so you can go into each of these.
Skin.
But before you can go on to the next one, hold on.
There's a fortune here. Our
this is
in Lucky Break weapon. The Kuwait 0A1 leaves on it as mini scout belt. Then for the final main, we also put another decal free XP. You then
so before you can go on to the next one, so you have 44, 88 tiers here, 88, and then before you can go here, you have this. So there's 110 tiers total. So you have to go through all of these before this unlocks, before you get to the ultimate. I get that. That's like the Fortnite one. You complete the whole battle pass, and then there's the extra battle pass afterwards.
Getting the ultimate rewards here, which includes a free parachute, another weapon package, this time for the mini scout, some free double XP, a new tank skin.
It's not free. There's no such thing as free XP. You paid money to get the battle pass, didn't you? Or your time. I guess it is free. It is free. You don't have to buy the battle pass. You just got to put 100 hours into the season to get to that point.
A free weapon charm like the Alpha Wolf here, the Steadfast player card, and then another new soldier skin. And if you complete the ultimate, you then get the Prestige, which offers some double XP, and these are all free. Which is
isn't that nice of them? Isn't that nice of them? Once you put in, I don't know, let's say 80 hours into the battle pass, the ultimate part at the end, they give you 5 double XP, which probably don't need anymore because you've grinded your ass all the way up to the actual battle pass.
Solid here, some double XP. You end up getting a new weapon sticker, more double XP, a vehicle decal, more double XP, a weapon package for the USG 90, really clean topo skin there too. More double XP. You also get a player card background, more double XP, and then some Battlefield coins as well. 200 this time. So that is essentially the Battle Pass breakdown here. And of course, you got all those instant unlocks that we got when we ended up purchasing the Battlefield Pro, or redeeming that rather, with some of the cool rewards there. So a lot to offer in here. Definitely some more out there skins compared to what we've had in the game already, but that is the full breakdown of the Battlefield 6 and RedSec Season 1 Battle Pass. What sort of catches your eye out of this?
It's for next season. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is a free-to-play game, right? It is a free-to-play game. Holy shit. Can I tell you how hurt, like my soul hurts seeing a Battlefield game turn into this shit is completely is devastating for me. They literally made it so grindy so you buy the double XP stuff. They fundamentally changed the way the game runs so you could buy XP boosts or just pay for the tiers because they made it shitty on purpose. This is gaming. And see, I always talk about this, right? The fire outside my house is not burning my house, right? And I'm like, oh, it sucks for those people. Okay. And now it's on my front porch, right? And now I'm like, right, this is it. This is one of my favorite franchises of all time, and it's gone. It's gone. And now I'm going to have to find a new franchise, okay? I'll go back and play Battlefield 1. I'll go back and play the other Battlefield games. The only time I touch this game, even that this Battle Royale's free and the Gauntlet mode's free, I'm not going to touch them. The only time I'm going to play Battlefield 6 now is when it comes to Game Pass, just like I did for 2042. Because I don't agree with this. I don't want to reward this company because of what they've done to the franchise. They've completely dismantled what Battlefield is. It's sad. It's sad. They're gonna fix the game over the next 10 months, 12 months. A year from now, Battlefield 6 will be in a better condition than it is today. 12 months from now, it'll be on Game Pass or EA Play, whatever it is, which is on Game Pass. Okay, because that's what it is. And we don't even know if they're going to support it, because if Battlefield's Battle Royale RedSec takes off and becomes super popular and people keep buying and playing stuff, the regular game is going to go down the drain even more. We've reached a stage where we're going back to 1042 or 2042. Yeah. It's sad.
Paths you're going to
it
go
is
for
sad.
Some of these.
Who's Immortal is who we just watched. Let me take him and put him in the description down below, just in case you want to go check out his content as well. We did watch his stuff, so we will. Who's Immortal? He's almost got 1 million subscribers. Good for him. Isn't that crazy? I've never watched his stuff. Never watched his stuff. It's crazy how YouTube has so many people that have hundreds of thousands of people that follow him, and I've never, ever seen one of his videos. It's crazy. Makes me wonder. Like, he's got 996,000 subscribers. I've never seen him before. I have 2,590 subscribers. No one's ever fucking seen it. No one's ever heard of me. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, chat. I'm going to take this afternoon off on this Wednesday edition. We're not going to play any video games this afternoon. Mr. Luke is not here today. We'll be back tomorrow for some gaming in the afternoon, and we'll also be back tomorrow morning for the daily grind. We will be back tonight to play some video games with Sarge. I think we're playing Left 4 Dead tonight. So if any of you guys want to play Left 4 Dead and you want to join in on us, we're playing Left 4 Dead 1 and maybe 2. We'll be playing that tonight over on 30 and Still Gaming with Sarge. We appreciate you very much for coming out. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do appreciate you very much for coming out and hanging out with us as we do this every single day, Monday through Thursday. If you want to help support the channel without hitting the like button, if you want to listen to my songs I've created, the links are in the description down below. If you'd like to buy a mug, a shirt, a sticker, you can also do that as well. Appreciate it very much. You guys have a great rest of your day, evening, or night, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Yeah, money talks, we listen. Empire moves, but what about the mission? 50 billion, yeah, they bought the vision. Yeah. Investors in the boardroom, suits pressed tight. Counting green, flipping scripts overnight. Guns and football, yeah, that's the call. But what about the stories that we love most of all? Bioware legends now, whispers in the hall. Studios bending to the profit, feeling small. Kushner at the table, PF in the mix. Even the Saudis are now in the mix. Players in the chat like, yo, what's the fix? Empire moves, money calls the shots, but the heart of the game is tied up in knots. Investors rule, but we still play. Holding hope while the cash takes a day. Empire moves, who's really in control? They count the billions, but who owns the soul? Who owns the soul? Who owns the soul? Who owns the soul? Every AAA title, every indie grind. Now waiting spreadsheets, creativity confined. Promises whispered, nothing will change. But corporate hands don't play the game. The fans remember nights we stayed up late, exploring worlds they might try to desecrate. Passion can't die, it's coded in the heart. But will it survive when profit tears it apart? Empire moves, money calls the shots, but the heart of the game is tied up in knots. Investors rule, but we still play. Holding hope while the cash takes a day. Empire moves, who's really in control? They count the billions, but who owns the soul? Who owns the soul? Who owns the soul? Who owns the soul? $50 billion, but what do we lose? Stories and worlds replaced by corporate cues. Gamers still grind, we don't bow, we resist. Creators still dream, still pushing the twist. Legacy over ledger, that's how we survive. The heart of the game keeps the stories alive. Empire moves, but we're still in the fight. Playing for the passion, not just the night. Empire moves, money calls the shots, but the heart of the game is tied up in knots. Investors rule, but we still play. Holding hope while the cash takes a day. Empire moves, but the soul still whole. Gamers and creators, they own the soul. Ooh, they own the soul. Gamers and creators, they own the soul. Empire moves, money calls the shots, but the heart of the game is tied. Empire moves, money calls the shots, but the heart of the game is tied up in knots. Empire moves.